soul, soul to soul, soul to soul.
Dear viewers, welcome to the show Soul to Soul Talk Show. Today amongst us we have Sister Sudesh, who was born and brought up in India but was sent abroad to enlighten the path of spirituality among everyone. Today, because of too much of stress and chaos in each one of our lives, spirituality is the need of the hour. Let us welcome Sister Sudesh for sharing her valuable experiences with us. Welcome to the show, Sister. Sister, can you share us something about your personal life?
My personal life, from my childhood, I wanted to be a social worker. My education was very fast. I studied in boys' school where there were 600 boys and only 10 girls were there. And I was the 11th girl who joined. On my way to college, there was a Harijan Basti. People were nice people but poor people, and also a lot of addiction was there. Okay. Somehow when poverty is there, people want to indulge instead of making life better, they tend to lose their self-respect or what. So I wanted to help them. So those poor people, it's natural feeling of mercy, and so I thought I will become a social worker. And time to time when something was given to them, blankets, they sell blankets and drink alcohol. Oh. They are given money, they go and buy cigarette. Then my grandmother used to say, but what you need is just only, they want food, and that's enough for them. Then an old man used to come to get chapati, rotis, and he had a big bag. He would get the chapatis from the whole mohalla, from whole area. What will he do with these chapatis? So he would sell in a dhaba, and he will also buy cigarettes and whatever he wanted for.
Okay, but then the basic necessity of life is food. So can food be replaced by drugs? And
because how much food they need? Food they need only 2 chapatis or 4 chapatis. Yeah. Rest of the money they would use for alcohol and cigarette. So I was not so happy. Okay. I wanted to be, but it was not satisfaction. So anyway, this made me aware that you can help people only up to a limited capacity of their, whatever capacity they have. Okay.
Sister, were you inclined towards spirituality from childhood?
Yes, that was my, when I was 3 years old, in front of our house, from our balcony, I used to see a temple in the evening, and this temple, they used to do arati. Okay. And it was so fascinating that the lights are dancing. In fact, they were spinning the thali of the deepak, no? And I said, oh, the lights are dancing, the lights are dancing. And so I wanted, and then I went sometime in the evening, and then the people clap, and so I also started clapping, enjoyed myself. I learned perhaps 6 or 7 aartis, Jai Jagdish Hare or Ganesh ji ki or Tulsi ji ki or Shiv ji ki. It's all different aartis, whatever they were singing there. As a child, 4-year child can learn it easily. I learned by heart. Then in the morning, daytime, I went in the temple because it was just in front of our house, very near, with my mother or grandmother, whoever took me there. And there I saw the old ladies used to, or any ladies, young or old, those who are interested in reading Gita. I noticed that they take the Gita from under the picture, almari was there, and they get the Gita from there. So I also took the Gita from there. Okay. And then I opened, thinking where they are reading, I also opened. I do not know upside down. I just opened the Gita, And when they were reading, at that time they used to read loud.
Okay.
So 65 years ago, it was the ladies were just different, read loud. Hey Arjun, mind is very fickle, it's like a horse. And I would say, hey Arjuna, mind is like a wild horse, it is like the air, difficult to control. This kind of, whatever they are reading.
Did you understand? Can you
No, I did not understand, but I only copied like a parrot.
Okay, okay.
Then the women were so, they liked that a little girl comes to read the Gita. So one or two ladies especially would favor me. They will read very slowly, and
So
I
that you
copied.
can,
I
cope
can
up with
copy it. I can repeat it. And so they wanted that I keep this interest. Then and they also said in the Kirtan, and they invited me, that told my mother I should bring them in the Kirtan. And I remember so clearly, this woman with me, the head lady of the Kirtan, would make me sit here on her hand, or will give me water, and they say, Hoi Varsha, Amrit ki, Pila Sangte, Book Bhar Bhar ke, it is the shower of nectar, drink, O spiritual gathering, with full hands. So at that time I just enjoyed.
Okay, could you relate to it? Whatever they said, were you able to relate to it?
At that time just enjoyed.
Okay.
And now I can relate to it,
Okay.
because traveling all over the world, in all 5 continents, deep, those who are really looking for, they are looking for something which should touch their heart. And so now I feel that I am showering the nectar of knowledge.
Okay.
I traveled all 5 continents.
Okay.
At the moment I am living in the UK and Europe, based in Germany. And so I have the opportunity to travel many countries. And so now I relate that was the time, what was enjoying at that time, sprinkling the drops of nectar. Now I am showering the drops of nectar of knowledge.
Okay. Sister, were you God fear kind of a person?
No, I had love for God.
Okay.
I did not have fear, because this was, I had so much love. And then when partition took place, at that time there was no discrimination, and so they used to come and get milk, get food, whatever they want. There was like a family feeling. When we came to India, then in the same building, on one side was Gurdwara and the other side was, right hand side was Gurdwara, on the left hand side was temple. So I used to go in the Gurdwara as well, and I used to go in the temple as well. And so, for example, if a Ramayana part, as my study was very fast, and I could read and write quickly, and so I used to take part, even at the age of 8, I used to take part in Saptah, Ramayana Saptah, Bhagavad Saptah, and religious ceremonies. So it was love for God, because always singing this, there was not any kind of fear. But I did not have proper understanding. I used to question. I remember one time the priest creating a fear in my mind when I asked question, but I did not have fear. I said, but if I want to ask something, I should ask, because I asked the priest. It was Ganesha's story. And Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva, Mata Teri Parvati, Pita Mahadeva, Ladduon ka bhog lage, Sant kare seva, and then it is Chuhe ki Savari. And it was story of Ganesh Ji, Ganesh Chaturdashi or something was, and I asked Pandit Ji, I wonder how this elephant can ride the rat. Was rat every time new rat was created? The elephant had so lightness that he did not kill the rat. That's why my child intellect, so I asked, curious intellect, I asked this. Priest was not happy. Pandit Ji said, This little girl just come in the satsang and tries to ask questions, disturbs the gathering. What will you understand? It is God's Leela. He can do anything. And if you ask such questions, God will punish you. Trishanku had asked the question as he is still hanging in the sky, because he said the question, how could Bhima throw the elephant in the sky, and it was there. And so if you ask such kind of question, you will be hanged in the sky.
Okay.
So he tried to create fear, but my grandmother said, don't ask such questions. I say, but I did not want to insult the priest. I respect the priest, but I wanted to answer my question. How can I respect and love something which I do not know? So my love did not decrease, but the curiosity still increased. Of course, I kept my mouth shut, but my mind was not shut.
Yes.
I still continued to time think about myself. What should be there a meaning behind it or whatever. And then actually my questions were answered when I came to Brahma Kumaris.
Okay. So sister, anyone motivated you to take up spirituality? Did anyone influence you?
Yeah, right. Actually was not influenced, but it was inspired.
Okay.
It was encouragement. As I wanted to be a social worker, my mother's youngest sister, so my father got transferred in Delhi. We were living actually near Haridwar, Roorkee, in that area. And then my father got transferred in Delhi, and my auntie was living with our brothers and sisters. As after doing my college, my professors selected me to do the job in their school, which I had studied till the age of 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th. I had joined the boys' school afterwards. Okay. And my professors were the trustees or managing committee members of the girls' school. And they wanted that I should take care of the school because the headmistress was going to get married.
Okay.
And so I replaced that sister, the headmistress, for a short time. And my mother was living with me in that place, and my auntie then was looking after my brothers and sisters in our home. And so when myself and my mother came in Delhi, so I expressed my feeling about religion. I expressed my feelings to her. She was like a friend, no? But I wanted to do social service, but I am not so satisfied. I told her my feelings, and she says, you know, she lived very near Brahma Kumaris. She observes Brahma Kumaris, people coming and going. Perhaps it was the same building she was living in. People come with a very sad face, very confused, and when they come to Brahma Kumaris, after a few days, their face shines. They are they get confidence, they have courage to deal the situations in life. And if you want to be a social worker, then you should become a spiritual social worker.
Okay.
Because then you make people aware of what their inner potentials are, just like Brahma Kumaris do. And so she told me where Brahma Kumaris were, and so I went with my brothers, my sister, for a walk when we went, and then I went there, and first day I saw was Adi Prakashmani ji, the late administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. She was in Delhi at that time. So I met her, and she just gave very small, short introduction of what Brahma Kumaris are. And so and then the real inspiration and my interest increased, that after few days then my friend from my college, and of course my auntie as well, encouraged me, invited me for a program, and it was Brahma Baba, the founder of the institution. He was visiting Delhi. Perhaps he was passing through Delhi to go to Punjab or somewhere else. And so they invited me for that satsang. And I had impression that it is like ordinary
Yeah,
satsang.
same
This is
like you
also
used to do in
this
your
is
childhood.
satsang, Lachak Bhakti.
Yes.
And like because I had followed Guru as well, I had attended many satsangs. I thought this is also one of the satsang. One Guru has come, because I remember when any Guru came or any spiritual leader came, I never missed that gathering. I remember it was my 10th class. Next day was my exam. And Katha was going to be in the evening. I came back 10 o'clock in the night after hearing the Katha, and then I prepared my exam for next day morning. So I was interested in spirituality anyway. And so when I came there, so I saw the people are sitting in the gathering. I had the habit of keeping the eyes closed and thinking of something about God. And I thought that people are there, and when Guruji will come, everyone will stand up and say, "Oh, Jai Guruji Maharaj." But nobody made any sound. They were meditating.
Yes.
They were sitting with eyes open. And I looked at, I said, they are just sitting quietly. Nobody is singing. There was not any kind of kirtan going on. And so as I was sitting with my eyes closed, Brahma Baba came and he sat there on the seat which was gaddi was for him. And I saw him, the body of light, like translight, a transparent light. And I say, how could be this man, this Guruji, the body of light? And so I changed my seat, because I was sitting near because it was on actually open roof, the terrace, class was on there. And I thought, maybe it is the sun, focus of the sun, that his body is especially shining. Then I changed my seat from there to there. Again I see him, the body of light.
Maybe he is reflecting.
Reflecting the light, yeah. And then I said, but why this sun light is only focused on this Guruji and not the people sitting nearby? So, but light was very, very attractive light. So when I look at Brahma Baba, at that time I thought Guruji, I see the body of light. And when I close my eyes, I see the moonlight around me. It was very beautiful feeling, attraction, like a magnet is pulling me. And then I thought, no, perhaps it is my only imagination. I close my eyes and I see very cool, soothing light around me. Then I thought, am I dreaming? So I pinched myself to see, was it real? It was real as well. So then, see, I am having such a wonderful experience. It was just like, I cannot relate in a gross way, but in a simple way is, when the sun is very hot and cool breeze, you are sweating, and cool breeze goes through your system, tinkling them. It's a very nice feeling. So I had a very, very beautiful inner feeling, what you can call, now I can call it super sensuous joy. It was real blissful feeling, but I could not realize what joy this is there. Miss, I know I'm seeing. It was a game of closing and opening eye, closing and opening my eyes. Though I was seeing so beautiful thing, I thought might be this magician is causing some magic, creating some magic, and what happens if something happens to me? And so I started looking where my mother was sitting. So immediately, even if having such a wonderful experience, the body and bodily relations feel security. So I thought I was more secure if my mother, I see where she is there. But then the spiritual experience was a very wonderful experience. Then I wanted to hear what he was speaking about. He was speaking something about light. I said, this is a strange Guruji. He speaks about the light. His body is that of light. Does he eat light? Was he born like light? So my mind was spinning with many questions. Many thoughts were going through my mind. Anyway, I did not understand the lecture at all. So when we went home, I told my mother my experience. And she said, no, It was such a wonderful, because in between I looked at her whether she is understanding, because she was at different place, Ayaz was sitting at different place. She was really focused, attentive, nodding her head, her face was cheerful as she is grasping what was being told. So she told, it was such a wonderful lecture. He has given so many answers to my questions. Nearly all my questions are answered. He explained the purpose of life, where we have come from, what happens after we leave the body, why people are of different personalities. Many questions generally you had been asking, and he was answering. You did not listen, you did not understand. I said, no. I related my experience that I saw the light. And she says, but I did not understand, I did not see any light.
Okay.
So we were at the same place,
Yes.
in front of the same
different
person,
experiences.
in the same gathering. Her experience was knowledge and my experience was light.
Okay.
So both experiences were different.
People come to India to gain peace of mind, but you went outside India, or you went abroad.
Yeah, actually, the Brahma Kumari Spiritual University had sent a delegation in 1971. 5 members of the Brahma Kumaris had gone to abroad already, and so they had started something there, and some people in England were practicing. Those who had gone from India, from different places, from Bombay, from Calcutta, from Delhi, and from other places, from Pune, etc. And so they were very much interested to continue this task. Brahma Kumari spiritual activity should take place. So they had invited us, and Dadi Janki ji went in 74. I also went in 74, and before that other sisters were also there. Dr. Nirmala was also there. So I was sent to support and continue the work that was going on. And my interest actually was, I was not keen to go, but in 1968 November, Brahma Baba, the founder of the institution, had told me, I had come from Jaipur. At that time I was living in Jaipur and taking care of Jaipur Museum, spiritual museum. And he had told that my daughter will go abroad, she will inspire many people, she will give the message of spirituality to hundreds and thousands of people, she will prepare many God's children who will recognize God and have experience of relationship with God. So these words were echoing in my mind.
Okay, so basically Brahma Baba really motivated you
Yes,
to go abroad.
so Brahma Baba motivated me, but at that time I was not thinking what is abroad means. I did not know that it was so vast service going to be there. I thought, okay, going to England, going America, going some other places. But now, of course, I am going many different places. Everywhere in 5 continents of the world, our centers are there.
Okay.
And so I went there with the inspirations, and Didi ji and Didi Manmohini and Dadi ji, they sent me there at that time. And so I went with that feeling. Was not so confident of the language, because in India, even though I had studied my in English in my college, but in UP the speaking language is not so active, so I was not so confident. But when I went there and I felt that there is a need, so certainly I started giving the knowledge, started speaking to the people, so my interest increased. And what new kind of consciousness, I became more aware of the spirituality, wisdom, culture, greatness, real royalty of India. How Bharat, our Bharat, is really Bharat, the land of spirituality. Because when I went there, culture is totally different. There even a married couple will not at that time will walk very cautiously holding hand in a hand of hand. A couple will walk together but very carefully. Sitting in the bus of seeing together, of course it is known that this is a couple, but you won't see any kind of other activities. And there a girl and a boy at the traffic light is kissing each other, hugging each other, embracing each other, sitting in the bus. It was the feeling just like a cinema show is on the traffic lights. A cinema show is going on the screen in the bus stand. In bus, we used to travel in the bus in the beginning at that time, traveling in the train. So everywhere is the same scene.
It was something very unusual.
Unusual for
Indian
me.
people don't really.
But I had intoxication that I am Ganges of knowledge from Bharat, flowing through Bharat. I have come here in the land where this purity, this peace and spirituality will flow. So this was it did not disturb me, but made me aware of our self-respect, of our real spirituality, which was in my heart, and also I had great respect for India then in this way.